So you're having a training session and you're doing everything as usual. You're playing the same drills, you work on the same topics, you're not changing anything. I believe when it comes to training, no matter if it's billiards or running, that you have to adjust your training from time to time. It's important to spice it up a little bit and to find new approaches. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 quick and easy tips how you can adjust your training and therefore get the most out of it. Think about running. Imagine you're running the same distance with the same speed all the time. Eventually you will be good with that distance and that speed, but as soon as you have to run faster or longer distances, you might get some problems. I think you see my point. Challenging yourself in different ways is going to help you to get better over time. So the first tip is simulate stress. I think it's obvious that the match situation is different than the training situation. So I think it's sometimes important to add a little stress with certain techniques. There are 2 techniques I really like, and that's the prognosis training or the single training. The prognosis training basically means, let's say you are working on your position play and you have this one drill that you want to play. And you're going to play this drill 10 times. Before you start, you're going to write down your prognosis. It's like, how many do you actually want to run out? If you can run 5 on a regular basis, your prognosis or goal should be 6 or 7. So it should really push you a little bit. At the end of the drill, there will be a reward or a punishment. So think of a good reward and a good punishment. The single training is a similar way to simulate stress, but in this case you only get the chance once. Or for example, you set up a typical 9-ball that you just missed in a match. That's not easy, but it's standard, and you set it up just once and you have to make it. Again, at the end there will be reward and punishment. And it's of course important that the punishment does hurt a little bit, okay? The second tip is warm up and cool down. Totally normal in every other sport. Billiard is a precision sport, but still we need our muscles to be warmed up, we need our joints to work well, we need coordination. So of course we have to warm up a little bit. So find some kind of short routine that you do before you start training or working on your topics. Like I, for example, love to play straight pool for 10 or 15 minutes. Or I set up straight shots and just focus on lining up my stroke, my rhythm. So I just warm up my body a little bit and get a good feeling before I go on to the next huge topic. Same thing with the cool down. You do something that's fun, something that you like. Play a game, play shots that you like. Just do something for 5 or 10 minutes so you leave the table with a good, positive vibe. Tip number 3, less is more. I'm a huge fan of quality over quantity. I'd rather practice 2 or 3 hours max and really focus on those topics than to practice 5 or 6 hours and then I'm on the couch, I'm eating something, I'm talking to somebody, I'm on the phone or whatever. And I'm also not mixing up too many topics at once. For example, I'm working on one topic for 1 hour. I'm not doing 5 topics in 1 hour. Tip number 4 is set goals. When we play matches and tournaments, totally normal to have some goals. Not so much when it comes to training. I think that's a big mistake because goals, they motivate us. They make us focus better. And of course they give us energy because once we have reached that goal, they give us energy to keep on going. Think of goals for your training sessions. You're playing drills, how often do you want to finish that drill? When you play certain type of shots, how often do you want to successfully make that shot? So think of little goals for your training sessions. Tip number 5 is find new approaches and challenge yourself. Like I mentioned in the beginning, spice it up a little bit. Find some training tools and include them in your training session. Change the rules for your drills. Play your favorite drill without a chalk on your tip. Totally different story all of a sudden. Remember the break video where I showed you the break pillow? That gave me a chance to focus on something completely different. Don't be shy. It's your training and you want to get the most out of it. Trust me, it will push your performance, and if it doesn't, it's fun. 5 quick tips, a lot of talking, and well, yeah, as usual, I talk to you soon.